So you guys remember Josh Wingrove? He was the drummer in the music video that we did, the Freebird music video that we did with Exhorter.
Sounds like this if you haven't heard it.
Or another song from Exhorter that he was also the drummer in.
Sounds like this.
Man, I'm just trying to live life, singing by the moonlight. Swoon this pretty lady and take off her clothes. Keep flirting and I might leave. Fish coming in light speed. Can you take your head straight up to the dome? Now what you say to me determines where I step.
Or the couple reactions he's been on. You know, something like this.
Can we just say it's an Exhorter?
Yo.
Yeah.
Feeling it. Oh my gosh.
Just
can
wait,
can we hear
Carly.
that again?
I know. I can't wait till she hears this
I think
bass
she's got a
solo.
thing for bass. 'Cause she-
So sour.
Oh my gosh.
Just melts your face. Just so melty.
Stone Face Josh. That's my favorite cut, dude.
Just loving life right there.
Look, she's having a moment, dude.
Anyway,
He's a
he
good,
was,
good friend of ours. He's a really good friend of ours. I've known
Yeah.
him in the community. Big time drummer, basically like the best drummer in the state of Wyoming as far as I'm concerned. Really, really deep into the music community here. Super good dude. Really, really awesome person to have around. He was involved in a horrible car accident over the last, I think it was this last weekend. And so, in order to help him recoup some of the medical bills that he's going to be facing in the near future, we decided that we're going to help him promote his Venmo and his Cashapp on the channel, just because we want to reach out in any way that we can to help him with this, because we love him dearly, and we know what he's about to be up against. And so. We have dropped his information into the comment section, or into our description. It's one of the first things you'll see down there. It's his Venmo, his Cash App. They're the same thing, so either one works for if you want to send him any money or help him out or anything like that. We understand money's tight. We're not asking you to do this as a requirement. We're just saying if you'd like to help out our friend, he would greatly appreciate it. And we just...
Yeah, and the big thing is like, number one, he is one of like the nicest dudes you ever meet.
Oh,
one
dude.
of the hardest working individuals.
Yeah.
And he's also got a kid.
Yep.
And he now has a broken neck and a back and lacerated
broken neck,
kidneys
yep.
and liver. I mean,
He's got all sorts of
he's
shit
in
going
rough
on.
shape.
He's very lucky to be here, honestly,
Yeah.
after what happened. If we can find a photo of the vehicle, maybe we should throw
Yeah.
that in as well, because it's pretty tragic.
Yeah,
So
basically rolled 7 times at 80 miles an hour.
Yep.
It was pretty wild.
Yep, so.
But yeah, just, I mean, I can't imagine being in his shoes wondering, like, yeah, number one, I got to take care of myself, but I also have a kid that I have to take care of in the process of all of this, and it's very scary. He works oil field, which he won't be able to do for a long time.
Yep.
And who knows if he'll ever be able to drum the way that he has. With these type of injuries, you just never know.
Yeah, he's got
it's
a
going
long,
to be a long road.
long road to recovery ahead of him, and we're just here to help him out any way that we can. And if you guys want to join us in that journey or join us in that fight, we would love the help. Information is in the description below. Just wanted to get that out before we start these episodes. We appreciate the hell out of you guys being here. And if you want any more information, our Instagram handles are in the description as well. We're more than welcome, or more than happy to talk to you about what's going on, things like that. So
And don't donate to our PayPal.
No.
Donate directly to him.
We have
send
his
it to him.
actual Cash App and Venmo there. That's the one you want,
Yes.
and you'll see it right down in there. So thank you guys for being here, and with that, let's get on with the episode, shall we?
Get to the video.
All right. "307 Rex, Matt, that's Chris.
Yo.
And on the screen in front of us, it is our boy Nick. With he's the fat electrician. I wanted to call him Ortiz because we watched Nico just yesterday, and so I'm all stuck in the Nick thing. But yeah, this episode is called Burger King versus McDonald's Patty Rivalry. There was a thing that happened. It's either going to happen now or it has happened at the beginning of this episode. Just a quick little what do I want to say? A quick little like TSA, PSA, whatever, public service announcement thing. Me and Chris are trying to help out our boy Joshua Wingrove. He was in a horrible car accident over this last weekend, which would be 2 weeks ago now. He made it through it. He's recovering, but he's got a long road ahead of him. Broken neck, vertebrae, lacerated lungs or something like that.
Yeah,
pretty much, if you can think of it, he got it. But he made it out, and so he's got a long road ahead of him, recovery-wise and medical bills-wise. So we're just trying to help him out. His Venmo and Cash App are linked in our description below. If you would like to help him out, any amount of money helps.
Yes.
We're not asking you to. We're not requiring a donation. We're just saying if you've got a couple extra bucks and you want to help the brother out, he's a quintessential part of the music community around here. He's a super good dude. He's got a baby. He's trying to provide for him and his family and things like that. And we're just trying to do everything that we can to help him. This is kind of the best way we thought to do that, was to use our platform as a way to help bridge some of that gap and maybe help alleviate some of his funds. So if you guys want to help out, links down there. Our Instagram handles are down there. If you would like some more information on it, feel free to message us. We're more than happy to talk to you about what's going on. So just want to get that out there before the episode. It's very important to us and near and dear to our community, so we're just trying to do everything we can to help him out. Now, Burger King versus McDonald's patty rivalry. What else is there to say? This is going to be...
Okay, let's put it this way. Burger King or McDonald's, which one are you going to?
It's not fair. Because,
in my opinion, they're both equally trash.
That's right.
Here's the thing: the Wendy's hamburger.
I do, man, and see, that's my
square
whole thing.
Patties, man.
So we did. Me and Alex did this at one of our last shows. We had a tip jar showdown, and that tip jar showdown was
how'd that turn out?
Burger King versus McDonald's, and I think McDonald's swept it. I think McDonald's had $20 in the thing, and Burger King had $0.
It's those nuggets, though.
It's them fucking nugs, dude. But it was specifically the Big Mac versus the Whopper on the thing, and I'm pretty sure McDonald's swept it. Now, if you're asking me, dude, I'm not particularly fond of a Big Mac. However, double quarter pounder with cheese, bro.
Double quarter pounder is good
all day.
The Western Bacon King.
And see, so what do they
have some heavy contenders.
So double quarter pounder with cheese at McDonald's, but then on the Burger King side, you have a Texas Whopper, which is a Whopper with barbecue sauce and jalapenos, and it's very, very good.
Yeah.
So and very good in the category of they're both trash, right? But if we're talking If we're talking I'm hungry and I don't care about my body for the night, I don't know. It's tough to say. It's tough to say. I think Wendy's beats both of them. But let's have the discussion in the comments down below, or whatever fast food you think is the best. I just like having this conversation with people and getting their opinions on stuff, because
Zaxby's for me is number one. Okay,
bro,
won't beat it.
I gotta say, I do love that chicken from Popeyes. That shit is...
Man. Have you had the Zaxby's yet?
No. See, that's the whole... Every time we talk about chicken, you tell me the Zaxby's, and I'm always like, I haven't had it, and you're like...
Next time I go to visit my mom, you have to take a couple days off work, and
come on down.
We'll do the Dario's, the Zaxby's, Church's Chicken, the whole thing.
Let's do it, man. Okay. Yeah. Well, with that, let us know in the comments down below. Hit that like, comment, subscribe button, and do all the stuff. Well, hit the like and subscribe, and then just leave us a comment. We're not asking for any membership joins this year or anything like that, like every other channel is. We're just wanting you to hit that subscribe button. We're just trying to get to 50,000. If we make it to 40,000, that's pretty dope, right? But if we can hit 50,000, that's kind of our next milestone. So appreciate you being here. Let's get into it.
All right, I'm just going to be honest with you. All of the research for this video started because of a meme, and honestly, it could not have went any better.
Yes, dude.
Today we're talking about Burger King. Okay, look, I have been sent this meme 10,000 times in the last month. I'm not sure why. It must have went viral somewhere. Basically, the United States military has a Burger King that they can deploy anywhere on the planet in 24 hours.
What?
So this piqued my interest for obvious reasons. I mean, nothing says you're outclassed like watching a foreign military drive a Burger King out the back of a cargo plane. Bearing that in mind, I thought to myself, surely this is an incredible business that I should look into, because they probably have a really impressive business model, and I was partially correct, because it was definitely worth looking into. There is not an impressive business model behind this company, okay? Not only is there not an impressive business model, there's not even really a business model, okay? As far as I can tell, Burger King was literally founded to troll McDonald's, and that has pretty much been their only mandate ever since.
Wow.
But first, a word from our sponsor.
Wow, dude.
Delete me.
That's a dope gun.
Yeah, delete me.
What the hell?
You were hired for one ad only. You're done.
There can only be one.
Do something.
You're on your own. His boobs are bigger, and he just made a Star Wars Highlander reference. Anyways, Delete Me, biggest sponsor of the channel. You guys know the deal by now. You give them money, they make sure the data brokers on the internet are not selling your personal information. These data brokers are legally required to stop selling your information if you ask them to the right way. Unfortunately, each data broker has a different right way. And Delete Me knows all of them. Not only do they go and they get all that information taken down, they continue to monitor all of these data brokers in case they get your information again, and then they tell them to quit selling it again. Buh! You can actually do all that yourself. Buh! I mean, yeah, you could. You could also wire your own house and grow your own food, but at some point it becomes more cost and time effective to just let the professionals do their job.
Bingo.
And plus, they'll probably do a better job to begin with.
Yep.
I mean, here's the results they got for me. They reviewed over 18.
You could fix your own car, but why would you?
Big facts. Big old facts right
You
there,
could
dude.
buy all your own tools, but why would you?
You could.
Some other dickhead down the street went $60,000 in debt to work on your piece of shit.
Man, that applies to so many different things, dude. Yeah. You
Yep.
could do a lot of things on your own, but the reason we have companies and professionals, you could run all the plumbing in your own house, right? But like at the end of the day, call a plumber because they know what they're doing. They have the tools and the experience, the know-how. Like just call the pros, man. Just let the pros do it.
Don't ever touch your car again.
Just stop. Stop working on your cars in your driveway. Stop it. Don't buy a Subaru, Tristan. Don't buy a Subaru,
Don't buy a
Tristan.
Subaru.
1,000 listings from over 180 different data brokers and gotten over 3,000 listings removed almost every single month. And to be honest, I have absolutely no idea how long that would have taken me to do it if I decided to do it myself, but I'm 100% sure I would rather just pay Delete Me like $6 a month to do it for me.
Yep.
So if you're like me and you wanted to give Delete Me a try, I'm gonna have a link and a discount code down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, our story begins in 1954 when the founders of Burger King, Keith Kramer and Matthew Burns, went out to San Bernardino, California, and ate at the very first McDonald's, and they're like, holy shit, what a brilliant business model. They're selling cheap hamburgers through a drive-thru, just maximizing profits. It'd be a really good idea if we stole this exact business model and then took it over to the East Coast and started it in Jacksonville, Florida. They got a piece of equipment known as the Insta Broiler that they thought was going to be a faster and more efficient way to cook hamburgers, and opened up their very first Insta Burger King. And just like McDonald's, it was very successful right out of the gate. They rapidly started opening up new franchises all over the country. Now, the way they did franchises in the beginning was, well, it was kind of fucking stupid, to be honest with you. The way they did it was they would basically sell the rights to a district or a region of the United States to a franchisee, and that franchisee could then put up as many Burger Kings in that area as they wanted, and there was really no rules whatsoever.
Wow.
What this meant
Cool.
was it was a restaurant and it said Burger King on the outside, but if you went to a different district where a franchisee ran their business completely differently, you were going to a different Burger King, but it was basically a completely different restaurant. The only similarity was that they both sold hamburgers, which kind of makes sense from this like eye in the sky point of view, but from a consumer standpoint, it was very confusing. And this goes on for over a decade. They continue to open up franchises all over the United States. The entire company gets bought and sold out on like 3 separate occasions during that initial 10 years. And then in 1967, all 274 Burger King franchises get bought out by Pillsbury for $18 million.
Damn.
Sir.
Okay.
I'll get it together. I promise.
And the man from Pillsbury that gets put in charge of Burger King is an executive by the name of Norman Brinker. 2 things he does right out of the gate. He standardizes Burger King across the board. We're not going to have any more of this like, you know, you have this experience in this district and this experience in that district. No, we're going to standardize it. All Burger Kings are going to be relatively the same. That way, when somebody's going from a different location to a different location, they can expect to find the same menu items and have relatively the same experience. And the second thing he does, he kicks off the long-standing Burger King tradition, and quite honestly, as far as I can tell, the only business model they've ever had of shit-talking McDonald's, because he launches a major ad campaign basically saying that Burger King is better than McDonald's because Burger King has bigger burgers. So naturally, McDonald's, being a good sport about it, launched a retaliatory ad campaign. No, I'm just kidding. They actually kicked off their long-standing tradition of having frivolous lawsuits against rivals. They tried to sue Burger King and lost, which is honestly a pretty incredible lack of a sense of humor on McDonald's part, considering that their mascot is a clown. So Burger King continues to smack talk McDonald's. McDonald's continues to cry about it. The next big thing that Burger King does is they start landing licensing agreements with big companies like Lucasfilms and Disney. And for my inner child, this is my favorite part, because this is an objective fact that Burger King had the best Happy Meal toys my entire childhood, okay?
That's true.
They start having Happy Meal toys of all the upcoming Disney movies. They start having memorabilia for the Star Wars movies.
They always did
had
have
literally the best Happy
even like they're dude, those Pokeballs, those things are like super rare now. Like those Pokeballs with little gold cards in them or whatever. Those things are super rare. And my buddy Kyle, I think, either still has some or maybe he got rid of them. I can't remember. But those were like a Burger King exclusive. You could only get those there, dude. I went over to his house one day and I was like, where did you get those? And my family, naturally, not a Burger King family. We go to McDonald's because my dad didn't like flame broiled burgers. So, like, we go to McDonald's. What does McDonald's have? Not that. That's not for damn sure, dude. Like, even their like cups and stuff, like, you could get, like, the fancy plastic cups from Burger King that were, like, the collectibles and things like that. You like the mugs and shit. Like, dude, they really did do, like, the best franchising stuff, like, or the best marketing stuff for it. I never thought about that, but their licensing was.
I mean, nowadays it's kind of sad. It's far. I mean, I haven't ordered a Happy Meal in a while.
But, true. I don't know what they're like nowadays, but I imagine it's the same kitschy bullshit that you get in like cereal boxes nowadays. Like you used to be able to get some pretty. I remember when they used to put legitimate Hot Wheels in cereal boxes. Like you could get a dope die-cast Hot Wheels car.
Get a 1970 Gran Torino in a cereal box,
cereal box, dude.
It was crazy.
In the cereal, not on the side of the box. They just
not individually wrapped in the cereal. No, you got to pick the chunks of Cheerios out of the wheels
in
before
the cereal.
You take that
they
thing across
the
kitchen
threw it in there,
table.
and at one point in your breakfast eating experience, out dumps a car into your cereal, and you're like, hallelujah. That's amazing. Yes. Yeah. I imagine now it's the same kind of shit where it's just like it's junky little plastic knickknacks.
Or like the little cardboard things you cut them out and put them together. I hate those.
Yeah.
Those are dumb.
Yeah, here, fold here, turn this thing. Look, now you have a little standing up. It's like, I'm definitely throwing this thing away.
Yes.
Like, immediately.
No, I'm getting a Happy Meal tomorrow.
Yeah, I might have to.
They start having memorabilia for the Star Wars movies. They had literally the best Happy Meal toy of all time, the golden Pokemon card, okay? I remember when I was like 7, 8 years old, opening up that Pokeball case and thinking that I was immediately a millionaire like fucking Scrooge McDuck. It was the best toy ever as a child. This is brilliant marketing on Burger King's part because let me tell you, as a child, I viewed going to Burger King as an investment opportunity, okay? I was trying to convince my parents to go to Burger King breakfast, lunch, and dinner so I could get more gold and become rich. By the 1980s, Burger King is absolutely losing to McDonald's on the business front, so they have the horrible idea of like, hey, you know what would help if we added a bunch of random shit to the menu to give people more options? Okay, this is a horrible idea. I've said this once, I'll say it again because I wholeheartedly believe it. Adding more options is almost never a good thing on the business front, especially in the restaurant industry.
It's a hamburger made out of meat on a bun with nothing. Add ketchup if you want. I couldn't care less.
I mean, look at Chick-fil-A. I did a whole video on that previously. It is pound for pound easily the most effective and profitable fast food chain in the world right now. They've got 1/7 as many locations as McDonald's. They're only open 6 days out of the week as opposed to 7, and each Chick-fil-A outperforms a McDonald's by a factor of like 20. And look at what they're doing. They're selling chicken sandwiches. That's it. They've got one fucking menu item and they're wrecking house. Okay, KISS method.
They do
Keep it
crush
simple,
it.
stupid. Overcomplicating shit almost never works. I mean, look at German engineering. Oh my God, everything they work on is an engineering marvel. It's so complex. Nobody else could possibly keep up. Keep up at what? Losing fucking world wars? Ask any mechanic on the planet if they want to work on a BMW. They're going to say fuck no, because it's an overcomplicated piece of shit. But that's what Burger King does, desperately trying to keep up with McDonald's over the course of the next decade. It drives the franchise.
How does he know?
Let's just stop right there. Nick, if you come across this video.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
The validation you've been looking for so long.
Somebody
just
said
like,
it, finally.
German engineering, man. Like,
well, and here's the shitty thing too, right? So Ford has decided, we want to start building our stuff more like some of these European car companies. And so that's where we end up with, the EcoBoost, the twin turbo V6. Okay,
V6, yeah.
It's not overly complicated. Okay, it's really not. Here's the part that blows my mind. How do you take a full-size truck, stick a V6 motor in it, okay? You have lots of room. Slap turbos on that bad boy, and you still have to remove the entire body from the frame to replace that motor. Like, how? You had so much real estate to put this in. Like, how did we fuck that up?
I don't think I've ever asked you that before. I don't think you've ever revealed that to me. Or maybe you have in passing, and it's just so wild that my brain just doesn't comprehend it. But you have to lift
the cab off of the frame.
Have you guys done that?
Fuck no.
Okay, I was wondering because I know you've.
We did it at the used car lot.
Okay,
but like
I know you've done work on the EcoBoost engines. You and I have had multiple conversations about those engines. And
if you have one, get rid of it before 60,000. That's when the turbos go bad, and it's about Anywhere between $5,000 to $8,000, depending on where you live.
Most of you guys out there with the Explorers that say ST on them, those are the ones. It does come in a 4-cylinder package, but
the Explorers, the Expeditions, the F-150s, the Ford Tauruses, the Ford Taurus shows, anything with the twin turbo V6.
Yep.
Please get rid of it as soon as possible. It's garbage.
And I've heard they're a lot of fun to drive.
They are.
They got good power. They make like over 300 horsepower, and like they get up and go. They got good pull. They're good driving experience. I've heard they are a very good driving experience.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's one of those things where same thing could be said about a BMW. Yep. Great driving experience. There are a lot of when they're working and they're fresh off the floor, and you get in one and you get that feel, and it's an awesome experience. It's great until it comes time to fix it.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, any of that experience
Just
that you had.
You know, oil leaks on BMWs are a manufacturer feature.
Yeah, it's just that's how they come off the floor. It's just leaking oil. That's how bad. That's how poorly they're manufactured. Is they just come out the doors leaking. But yeah, so you talk about BMWs, you talk about Audis, you talk about Volkswagens.
Yep.
Is there any European/German vehicle that is tolerable to work on, or do they all just kind of suck equally?
The late 90s, early 2000 Jaguars were based off of a Ford platform.
Okay.
They basically took the 4.8 liter V8 from the Ford Explorer or the 4.6 liter V6 and then put those in those Jaguars. And basically the transmissions that Ford was getting already were made in Europe by Jaguar.
Oh, so they were just using their own transmissions, and they were just kind of like cross-platformed it.
Yeah, yeah. So, those aren't too bad to work on. I mean, once you get all the plastic Jaguar shit out of the way, it's just a Ford V8. Okay. So, they're not too bad.
Okay.
But, once again, you have this car with the nose that's just, 5 miles long, a wannabe Corvette, and you can't fit a V8 in there, I mean...
and I assume you're not getting a lot of Jaguars in your shop to change out engine parts and stuff on.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes?
Sometimes.
Really?
I replaced a transmission in one, let me see, a year ago, and it was so fucking funny, because I was like, dude, I can't even find a tranny for this thing. Oh, I have one at a junkyard. A guy's going to send it to me. It's coming out of a car. I run the Carfax on this car. It's only got 70,000 miles on it. It was in a rear-end collision. Okay, that sounds promising. It gets here, Jaguar, okay, in case any of you who do drive Jaguars, the VIN is either stamped or it has a little plate that's riveted to the transmission.
Okay.
I run that VIN. That Jaguar had 270,000 miles on it.
Oh, no.
And so I tell him that, and he's like, well, it's the only one I can find. Let's go ahead and put it in and run it. Yeah, it shifted worse than the one we pulled out. So
200,000 miles? I bet it did. I bet it did.
As far Mini Coopers aren't horrible. At least, I can have a motor out of one and back in one within a day. I mean...
It's a subframe, isn't it?
Yeah. You drop the subframe and then pull the motor out that way. But
so overall,
horrible cars to own though.
And
don't ever buy a Mini Cooper.
I think I've said it on this channel before, but I'll say it again. And you guys have probably seen in previous episodes. I have a Volkswagen GTI shirt that I wear very frequently, and the Volkswagen Golf is one of my favorite cars of all time. I would love to have one. I want to drive one so bad. They're super cool. I love the way they look. I'm a hot hatch freak. And the one reason that I drive the vehicle that I drive now and not a Golf R is because Chris said he wouldn't work on it.
Nope.
He was like, you can get a Golf. I don't care. Get one.
Get it.
But I'm not going to work on it.
You can pay the dealer to work on it, yeah.
He was like, I'm not going to work on it. I was like, really? Is it that bad? And he's like, I'm just not going to do it. I was like...
Not on the side. You can bring it through the shop.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, you pay shop time for it.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, Subaru? And he's like...
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine. They're fine. So that's... I had to settle. But yeah, that's the... Look,
if you're looking for reliability, unmatched reliability, Honda and Toyota.
Yep.
Now I know what you're thinking. Okay, the Toyota went through their thing where a whole bunch of their trucks were blowing motors at 30,000 miles. Here's the difference. Okay, Ford has had camshaft phaser issues since 2001. It is now 2025, and they still have not figured it out.
Still doing it? Really?
Okay, still haven't figured it out.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Toyota said, oh, shit, all of our motors are blowing up. Launch an investigation, figure out what happened.
Fix it.
Hey, we've extended the warranty to 100,000 miles. If your motor blows up, bring it in. We got them. Okay, we will swap that out for you. We're gonna take care of you on this.
That's smart,
like,
dude.
Boom,
there goes your
customers.
customer base too. Like your customer base shoots up after that.
If you want to buy a Toyota Tundra that potentially has motor issues, buy it. They'll take care of you. I mean, the new one that they're going to put in has the issue that's resolved, and it's going to be the most reliable thing you ever drive.
And it's taken care of. And at that point, like, it's taken care of because the company literally came out and were like, we fixed it. We
fucked up, but we fixed it.
We fixed that thing. So, yeah, okay. Yeah. So there you go. That's, from the horse's mouth, all right? He's a mechanic. He does it for a living.
And Honda's is like, if it keeps working, don't change it. Do you know that I think it changes in 1980, but 1991, all the way up to a 2024 Honda still takes the same filter, 27356.
Leave it to Honda, bro.
Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Leave it to Honda, man. That's they're one of those companies. They're kind of like Yamaha. They've done something for so long that they're just like, yeah. I mean, we do this one thing and it works over and over and over again. They've been using the same. Yamaha's been using the same boat motors since like the 80s, dude. They just kind of they don't change.
They just modernize it with EFI.
It's EFI now instead of carbureted, but other than that, it's basically the same thing. Like we kind of just don't change it. Their motorcycle's pretty much the same thing. Like we update the body a little bit and some mechanical, some sensors and. Send it. Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
All right, let's keep going.
Yes, thank you, Nick.
Yeah, Nick totally affirmed that.
Keep up at what? Losing fucking world wars? Ask any mechanic on the planet if they want to work on a BMW. They're going to say fuck no, because it's an overcomplicated piece of shit. But that's what Burger King does, desperately trying to keep up with McDonald's. Over the course of the next decade, it drives the franchise straight into the ground, and by 1989, they have to end up selling to some big European conglomerate, Grand Metro, for $5.7 billion. Damn. Oh wait, I almost forgot literally the worst and scariest part of this entire video. In addition to adding a bunch of different items to the menu, one of the items that they added was a bigger version of the Whopper, because McDonald's around this point in time came out with the quarter pounder, so Burger King wanted to one-up them, so they came up with the third pounder, okay? Not a horrible idea. Bigger is better, great marketing ploy, okay? What they underestimated was how fucking stupid people are. Okay, the 1/3 pounder was a complete flop and nobody could figure out why for the life of them. It was basically the same price as the quarter pounder. Literally more hamburger for the same amount of money. So they did a bunch of market research, and what the market research found out was the average person at a glance thought that the quarter pounder was the better deal because 4 is a bigger number than 3.
I don't believe you.
Okay, do you understand how fucking stupid that is? That's like calling up a pizza place and being like, hey, can you do me a solid? I want to order a large pepperoni pizza, but instead, can you cut it into 12 pieces instead of 10 because I'm really hungry right now? I swear, every time I think about this, I have an existential crisis, okay? Like, look. All right, look, I'm not saying I don't like democracy necessarily, but every time I hear shit like this and I know that these people's vote count for as much as my vote does, fucking we're just gonna move on. And this is where we get to the Burger King that we really know today, because Grand Metro has a two-pronged approach on how to turn this company around. Prong 1, they're going to expand globally, have Burger Kings all over the world. That part works out really well. The second prong, they're going to double down on historically what has worked for Burger King, primarily continuing to get licensing deals for awesome kids meal toys and shit-talking McDonald's. So we're just going to go ahead and go right down the list of their greatest McDonald's trolls of all time. There's their unofficial slogan, why eat with a clown when you could dine with a king? There's that time that they had a Burger King dress up as a McDonald's for Halloween. Then there's probably one of the best ads I think I've seen in my entire life. There's multiple videos and accounts on the internet of people that have had a McDonald's hamburger for like 25 years, and the thing hasn't aged. It doesn't mold, it doesn't deteriorate. It looks very similar to the day that it was bought. So Burger King, obviously taking a shot at McDonald's with this, made an ad where they showed a Whopper getting moldy and decaying over the course of 34 days. Literally just saying the quiet part out loud, like, is our food good? No, not really, but at least bacteria is willing to eat it, unlike McDonald's. Okay, that's an incredible ad. Literally scientifically proving in like 30 seconds flat that they are healthier than the competition is brilliant. But just for the record, I am absolutely not saying that Burger King is healthy for you, okay? The Bacon King has like 2,100 calories just in the sandwich, okay?
Delicious.
I ate one like 3 weeks ago. It felt like my cardiovascular system got shifted into 4 low for like 3 hours. But it did taste better than a Big Mac, so there is that. Which brings me to my next point. Their burgers are substantially substantially bigger than McDonald's, and they like to prove that in the funniest ways possible, one of which is with one of the most iconic ads of all time, the Tiny Hands ad.
Have a BK double cheeseburger with us.
Nah, I'm gonna hit McDonald's at halftime.
I haven't seen this in so long, dude.
I have these tiny hands, and that BK double cheeseburger is so big, it's gonna make them look even tinier.
Then there was that time when the
I
new
forgot
It movie
about that
premiered
ad.
in Germany. They effectively turned the entire It film into one major advertisement for Burger King. And while those ads are funny and memorable, at the end of the day, it's just clever marketing. It's not actually trolling the enemy, which they also excel at. So you know how Burger Kings are always like right next to or across the street from a McDonald's? Well, somebody at Burger King got the brilliant idea. They're like, hey, we've got this mobile app. What if we came up with a way to make it so people were incentivized to go to McDonald's to order food from Burger King?
Oh my
They
God.
created what they called the Whopper Detour, and basically what they did is they used the GPS tracking inside of the Burger King app, and if you were inside of a McDonald's location while you were ordering on your phone from Burger King, they would only charge you $1 for a Whopper. Effectively driving more business over to Burger King, selling cheaper hamburgers, but also giving the illusion that people were walking into McDonald's, standing there for a few minutes, and then leaving empty-handed and dissatisfied before walking next door to Burger King.
That is
and my personal
incredible.
favorite troll actually happened this year in 2024. What happened was, over in Ireland, there's a small chain of like 100 restaurants called Supermax. And McDonald's has effectively been trying to sue this company because apparently Supermax is infringing upon their trademark of the Big Mac, and they've been taking them to court for a couple of years, and they recently just lost in court, effectively losing their trademark for the Big Mac term in all of the European Union.
Oh,
so
hell yeah.
Burger King immediately quit selling Whoppers and is now selling not Big Macs at every BK in Europe. And McDonald's
Oh
can't do
my
a single thing
God.
about it because they lost the trademark to the term Big Mac, and it's absolutely beautiful. And while the savagery was pretty
amazing,
uniquely
dude.
pointed at McDonald's in particular for a long time, it's kind of leaked out and now anybody can get it. Ever since Burger King got Twitter, they're just clapping back at everybody online. In 2018, Kanye tweeted that McDonald's was his favorite restaurant, to which BK reposted and just said, that explains a lot, which is a tweet that is just aged like fine wine. In 2021, on International Women's Day, Burger King tweeted, "Women belong in the kitchen." Now, to their credit, the first comment made immediately after that tweet and pinned by Burger King was explaining how women only account for 20% of chefs and they wanted to get more women involved in the culinary industry. However, people aren't clicking into the comments section and reading the comments once they read that. They're just clicking and immediately getting pissed off and typing something furiously. So once again, Burger King gave the average person too much credit on their intelligence, and nobody actually read the secondary part where they like had a heartfelt message of trying to, you know, get women into the workforce. No, people were just immediately pissed. And then who could forget December 9th, 2024, right after the man that assassinated the healthcare CEO was captured after being identified by a McDonald's worker, Burger King allegedly tweeted, "We don't snitch."
This motherfucker don't miss.
Now, in Burger King's defense, that's not a real tweet, and they didn't actually tweet that. That was fabricated and then spread all over the internet after the fact. However, the fact that a lot of people had to go online and verify that that was a fake tweet speaks volumes. Which brings us to the Burger King scandals, because let's face it, you can't troll this hard and be this savage on the internet, not go a little bit too far every once in a while, and they've done it. In 2009, they had the Whopper Sacrifice campaign, and you could literally download an app on your phone that would integrate with Facebook, and you could pick 10 people to delete off your friends list. And if you did it, it would send a message to that friend that you unfriended, and it would be like, you just got sacrificed for a Whopper, and then after you did that 10 times, you would get a coupon for a free Whopper. Apparently, a bunch of people got really mad about this. Personally, I think that's absolutely hilarious. If you're gonna get mad at me because I unfriended you on Facebook to get a free Whopper and you're not understanding, honestly, I don't know why we're friends to begin with in the first place.
Bingo,
Back
dude.
when I did have Facebook, I would unfriend the best man in my wedding every year on his birthday and then re-add him the next day for no other reason that it was funny, okay? If you incentivized me with free Whoppers, I'd do it every day. And guess what? He would laugh every single day because that shit's funny. But this pales in comparison to their biggest scandal ever. In 2018, it was the Russian Soccer World Cup, and a Burger King franchise in Russia advertised and offered up $47,000 in cash and a lifetime supply of free Whoppers to any woman that would get impregnated by a World Cup soccer player.
Oh my God.
This was to, and I quote, get the best football genes and lay down the success of the Russian national football team. Now, on one hand, is that funny? My lawyer told me that I have to say no. On the other hand, could you imagine some Russian woman getting knocked up by a football player and immediately calling J.G. Wentworth?
It's my money and I need it now.
And the craziest part about all of this is that people weren't actually mad that Burger King was essentially incentivizing women to become gold diggers for Whoppers. No, the public outcry was essentially saying that this promotion excluded women that weren't capable of bearing children. No, I'm just fucking with you. But the fact that I had you going for that long speaks volumes of the world that we live in today. So yeah, in conclusion, that is Burger King in a nutshell. They were basically founded to troll McDonald's, and now they just fuck with everybody for fun and sell hamburgers on the side. Is it a good business model? One that I would recommend that you pursue? Probably not, but also, I'm here for it. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, right.
Support the channels. Go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out. You guys got to quit sending me memes. I don't think I'm mature enough to handle the internet.
Same.
There's nothing quite says outclassed like watching the International Army have a Burger King delivered to them in 24 hours wherever they're at.
In a war zone.
In a war zone, yeah,
That's
dude.
Crazy. Ugh.
I didn't put it together at the very beginning when you first showed the picture of it, and I just saw the Burger King thing, and I was like, okay, so they're loading it onto a plane, and then I started looking at the truck that was carrying the thing, and I'm like, oh, this is like military stuff.
It's like loading into the back of a C-130.
Oh, this is like they're gonna take this to like a war zone. Oh, they're just delivering burger. And then I thought like, oh, they're just taking a bunch of burgers to people that are fighting in the wars. No, they're gonna run a whole ass restaurant out of that thing and make burgers right there inside the trailer, dude. Crazy, man.
Crazy. Oh,
It's called the Bacon King?
Yeah.
Bacon King or Baconator? There's a question for you.
Ooh, man.
Because the Baconator...
I will say the Bacon King is a bigger sandwich.
Bacon King is definitely a bigger sandwich.
Like, I know some days, be working at the shop on a Saturday. I get there early. I skip on some breakfast. I'm like, I know the girl's going to want, dinner at like 7 or 8 o'clock. Like, it's rolling around to about 11, stomach's growling. I'm probably going to get that Bacon King.
Yeah.
And a little bit bigger, hold me over. But, I don't know, as far as quality, dude, the Baconator is,
Baconator's good, man.
Man.
That's like...
I will say, the Baconator does tear me up a little bit more than the other one.
You could bring me any one of those, honestly. Any one of the big ones. Like, not Big Mac, again, I don't really care about
I'm
Big
not wild
Mac.
about their Big Mac sauce. It's the sauce that does
yeah,
it
that's
for
where
me.
that's where I'm at, too. I'm like, I'm not crazy on it. But quarter pounder with cheese, Whopper, Texas Whopper, Baconator, Burger King, or Bacon King, you could kind of bring me any. I've told people at work, because like when we travel out of town for work, we get per diem. We get to eat lunch wherever we want. And oftentimes I'll travel with somebody and they're like, what do you want to eat? And I just have to tell them, I'm just like, you're going to come to find that I am like one of the most unpicky eaters you'll ever, like if you say something right now, I will say yes. It doesn't really there are very few things that you could say that I'd be like, maybe not. Yeah. For the most part, especially if we're talking like we're traveling, we're going fast food, it legitimately does not matter to me at all. I will find something.
I will say no to most of the time is Taco Bell. Taco Bell, man, does something to me that is just ungodly.
If I'm traveling down the road and I know I'm going to be hours on the road and I'm like...
That's a dangerous game.
Again, yeah.
It's a dangerous game.
Maybe not Taco Bell if we got a couple hours to sit in the car, because that could get rough pretty quick. That could be we got to pull off
this place out
now.
like Auschwitz. Okay, it's going to be rough in here.
Yeah. So I can see that. And to be honest, especially over the last few years, Taco Bell has gone down on my list of like go-to fast foods.
Yeah.
Usually it's a.
I will say their Decades box that they had a couple weeks ago.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
They brought back some of the old stuff. Their old stuff was so much better. Like this Taco Bell down here I guess it's
Boulevard.
over here. Yeah. On CY.
Oh, CY?
Or
Boulevard.
No, it's Boulevard. Yeah. That one back when it was the old one with the green and the red,
the
like
old
the
school
old
one.
School shit. That's when they were really good.
I
remember
awesome.
their tacos actually tasting like beef.
Yep.
It was crazy.
Yep. I remember specifically going to that Taco Bell frequently because it was like that was the good Taco
was the
Bell.
best
like
one.
That's the one you go to. Then they updated all their shit and they fucking streamlined it with the rest of it, and now it's just like,
yep.
You get these like there's like that much beef in the bottom, and then it's just like all lettuce on the top, and you're just like, what?
I did not order a salad.
I paid $2.39 for lettuce.
Yeah,
could have got this
crazy.
What?
Man.
I could have got a whole head of lettuce at Albertsons.
That, and then Arby's used to be really good back when it was still the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, the big wagon. Thing
that's
on
right.
It, man.
Yep.
God.
And then not so much anymore. But yeah, like if I'm traveling somewhere and someone's like, hey, you want to get Wendy's? I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You want to get? I like Burger King. I'm like, let's go to Burger King. I don't care. A&W's awesome. I like me an A&W restaurant. I've been having.
I miss A&W here.
I do too.
By the way, let me ask you guys something, okay? Our A&W here in town had a giant ass fucking fish tank in it.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
4-sided fish tank.
Yeah,
Yep.
It was like a pillar in the building and had a big ass fish. Did any other did you guys A&W have a fish tank?
Was that a thing?
Was that a thing, or was that just us?
Ours also in the little drive-through things. We had giant A&W figurines on top of our, and I'm not talking like big. I'm talking like giant A&W figurines on top of the drive-through like awning. That like had like a girl holding the burger tray and like a dude doing a little thing with a soda or something.
Yeah.
I don't know of any other A&Ws that did that.
I don't either.
Let us know. Let us know in the comments if that was just a Wyoming thing or specifically a Casper thing.
Yeah, and Shifters when they came in, they were really good too.
Shifters was good. I had a bacon rancher at Shifters the one time I ate there, and I had a bacon rancher and mozzarella sticks, and they were awesome.
Yeah.
And then like 3 months later, they were closed, and I was like, oh well, that's kind of a bummer.
Yep.
Really good.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a burger joint that took over after A&W closed down, which was kind of interesting because they left the figurines up, but it was called Shifters. And it was like, it's kind of, yeah. What do you do? You can't get those things
down. And they had
down.
the fish tank. It was just empty.
Yeah, it was just empty.
took all their fish with them.
Yep. And at your A&Ws, did you also have to order on the phone? Was there a little phone at your booth and you pick up the phone?
I forgot about
talk
that.
directly to the kitchen, and then they just
that was wild.
they make your order. Like that's how it was. You sat down and there was no one came to your table. Like you just picked up a phone.
Just picked up a phone.
Someone picked up in the kitchen on the other end, and you just told them what you wanted.
Yeah.
And then someone would bring out your drinks and shit. Like it was. Remember that?
I forgot about that.
There you go. Blast from the past, dude.
Yeah. Did anybody have an A&W with phones?
The phones in the booth.
That was great. Dude,
called the kitchen.
They should bring that back.
Bro, restaurant idea. Let's do it.
Sick.
Can't now. Everything's mobile. But that would be I guess that would be the appeal of it.
That'd be the appeal, man. That was man. I can't believe I forgot about that.
The orange phone, dude. You pick it up, and there's no dial on it. It's just an orange button. You pick it up and hit an orange button.
And you hear a
yeah, and then you can hear it in the kitchen ringing. Yeah.
It was man, that's crazy. Yeah, let us know.
Let us know. I would be really interested to have that conversation. This was great. I love the conversation that his video sparked, dude. It's great.
Well, if you guys enjoyed today's episode as much as we did, be sure to leave a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, click the bell, become part of the notification gang. And I'm gonna go get me some fast food on the way home.
Hey-o.
See you next time. Bow.
Power button's on the side of this one. Oh shit! I turned it. Wait, did I turn it off or did it stop it? Oh, it didn't stop it.
It did stop. Okay, there we go.
It did something. I don't know what it did.
It did something.
But, whatever. So it's over now, so it doesn't matter.